Life hacks say find 3 hobbies. One to make you money, one to keep you in shape, and one that lets you be creative. What are some examples of this? I LARP, like in the movie Role Models. It's a ton of fun but gets a really bad reputation. Anyway, it keeps me in shape. Typical outdoor games have you walking 7 to 15 miles. I do a combat practice every week, and because I hate losing, it keeps me motivated to go to the gym. We use foam weapons and shields. 9 months ago, I decided to buy a $100 tool instead of a $100 weapon. Ever since, I've been making foam weapons and shields. I did $800 on my best week, and easily have enough business to make $200 a month. Pretty good for sitting in my garage messing around and watching StarCraft streams. I am not the most creative person, but building weapons and shields presents a lot of engineering problems to work around. It also makes me bust out the paints and do some arts and crafts, which I am not bad at, surprisingly. I have recently been making my own armor, spending 4 hours beating on a piece of metal, and having a functional piece at the end of the night is pretty damn cool. Sounds neat. Programming, walking, biking, and cooking. The cooking can sometimes conflict with the walking, biking, but my insistence on making everything as close to from scratch as possible means that I usually take quite a long while to produce anything. I have basically the same 3, and a similar fascination with working from scratch. In the past year or so, I've taken up charcuterie to complement the cooking. There's nothing quite like homemade carbonara when you've spent the last 2 weeks making the pancetta. Math. I am employed as a physicist. I have done recreational math and puzzles since I was a kid. Long distance running. Enough said. Guitar. I play rhythm guitar with some work buddies. Works for me. I'm a scientist, and that takes time both as a career, work, and a hobby, keeping up with all the cool things that are happening in not your field. I do theater as my primary creative hobby. I get to be creative and meet new people, and it's a blast. I'm a bit overweight. Serious question. How do you commit to theater when you have a full-time job? I have some other hobbies, but theater fell by the wayside after college because of time. Coaching. Makes me money, keeps me in shape, and I get to be creative with practice and plays for games. Hey, me too. Sport? Help. I have like 10 creative hobbies. How do I make money? Find out which one the people will buy. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Robotics engineering, making the big bucks making robots. Running from self-aware robots when they decide to terminate humanity. Thinking of a fun new way to destroy maniacal robots to save the human race. Repeat. My 3 is nothing. A job is a job, but I do make a few bucks playing gigs. Have a home gym, just got mine. Play guitar in a band. The alternative is to have rich parents and then the rest will follow. You say the second one like it's easy. 1. I am into photography, though I haven't tried to make money of it yet. 2. I play ice hockey. I'm not that great. I live in Texas, and when I grew up, I couldn't even play if I wanted to. Now living in Dallas, I can play a few nights a week if I wanted to, and it's a great workout. 3. I play bass in a band and produce mixed music in Ableton when I'm on my own. I am a costumed character at an amusement park for Halloween and Christmas. I get paid to scare people. Walk up to 12 miles a night wearing costumes that can weigh anywhere from 20 to 62 pounds. And I make all my own costumes and props. I also sell props and parts. Grow weed. Do tech support work from home. Play video games as a third hobby. Edit. To be clear, 1 is for exercise, 2 is for money, and 3 is for being creative. How do you do tech support from home? Skydiving, if you become an instructor, weightlifting, and sculpture. Went skydiving recently. I've heard most instructors aren't exactly making bank and basically just do it so they can do what they love without the overhead costs. Of course, they may have just been pandering for tips, but none of them arrived in sports cars or anything. When I was 21 and out of work, I worked 30 hours a week unloading trucks for UPS. It got me some money. It got me doing something that kept me losing weight and gaining muscle. It also got me so bored out of my mind I was willing to do anything to not do it anymore. I lasted over 5 months, which is much better than average. If I find myself unemployed again, I am finding something just like it though. Not keeping in shape while unemployed is a path towards ruin. I roast sell coffee. This is something I do as a hobby in my spare time, but it would be relatively easy in my area for me to upscale and make much more money, something I'll look into after college. I play music, primarily guitar. This has made me some pretty good side money too. The hobby that kept me in shape used to be skateboarding, but it took a toll on all my joints, so I more or less quit last year. I haven't found a replacement yet, and I'm quickly becoming a lazy, out-of-shape dude with bitch tits. Your career. Take an interest in what you do and aim to succeed at it. The gym. It's really satisfying to reach goals and see your progress. Play an instrument. My fingers are disobedient fat little sausages, so I'm going to work on a creative hobby. Play an instrument? My fingers are disobedient fat little sausages, so I'm going to work on a creative hobby? The ocarina is the easiest instrument I've ever picked up. There are some that only have 4 holes, but even the 12-hole standard models have really easy fingerings. Not having to tune it is a plus. There isn't a lot of maintenance, and it isn't too much money to pick up a decent one. You might want to get a lower pitched one, since the soprano models can be a shrill until you're used to it. Go to the banks and buy bags of $50. Go home with them and save the 1964 to 1970 coins. Return the rest to the next bank. Repeat. The silver containing $50 that you've saved adds up fast. Start walking a mile a day. Breed canaries. Mix and match colors to come up with new strains of color that you sell or give away to friends. You say buy bags of $50. Wouldn't you just be trading the money you already have for an equal return in $50? Because that's not buying, that's trading. All 3 for me are creative, I suppose. As a theater technician, I turned a high school hobby into a profession to make me money. It's not a lot of money, but it's enough to pay for a little over basic living and enjoyment of life. Dance classes keep me in shape and are also my stress relief. In my spare time, I crochet, paint, or play video games. 2 out of 3 are obviously creative. The third could be depending on the games being played. Currently, a friend and I are preparing to plant peppers, onions, cucumbers, and tomatoes in order to prepare different sorts of things such as salsa, hot sauce, pickled peppers, etc., and jar bottle them to sell, which is fairly easy to do where we live, so this could be our keep you in shape. Planting is strenuous. Creatively, we, the same group, are starting a Let's Play channel, which sounds so bland, but we have so many unique ideas, I think we can carry our own and really grow a community. This is our creative thing. Now, the make you money, I would say would be a combo of the planting and a wrestling blog I run solo. I didn't put anything up the entire month of February, but overall it is very self-sufficient. I just need to find the time to write. This started as a creative side project that I could see some decent growth in the months to come. I fix computers and other IT-related work for money, enjoy hiking and running for exercise, and take photography as well as design games, sometimes using the photography for references for creativity. Not me, but I knew a guy who had slightly different formula which worked for him. One for money, one also for money, and one for whatever he wanted. He worked in a bank by day, waited by night, and on the weekends he could do whatever he wanted. When I met him, he was late 20s and had snowboarded on the desert dunes, been to both poles. Hell, he's probably already bought a ticket to Mars because there's nothing left for him to do here. Reef aquariums should cover all 3. I can sell frags, small fragments of corals, to either make money or break even by getting a credit from my local fish store. Or if I want to go hardcore, I can breed fish. I have to lug around huge buckets full of roe or salt water when it comes to water changes. Aquascaping and planning your tank build is where you can be creative. You can even build your own tank or LED fixture. The possibilities are endless. An ex of mine hit upon a triple combo: cooking food from your own garden. The layout of her gardens and the composition of her recipes can let her be creative. Working outside with her hands and eating right can keep her in better shape. Then she can sell extra produce at farmers markets and occasionally land a small catering gig for money, while also saving money by not relying as heavily upon grocery store prices. A penny saved is a penny earned. Not a terrible combo, but it certainly qualifies. Serious response. I thoroughly enjoy my job as a construction manager, so I consider construction as my hobby to make money. To stay in shape, I downhill ski in the winter and hike local trails in the summer. For creativity, I enjoy reading and playing my piano. It's all about balance, right? I grow my own weed at home and it's a blast. It's legal in my state, so no paranoia, and I brew my own beer. Luckily, THC is heat activated, so I can combine the two into one. It gives you a really interesting buzz, to say the least. The best part is I can just use the trimmings. I sell the bud and can of beer for pretty good money too. Taking in account of the fixed and variable costs of both products, I generally make about a 60% return. I can't keep it stocked for long after the plants are done. Fitness industry. For money, get a workout partner and do your own sessions you give clients. Personal training. Writing client programs and seeing physical changes in your clients is always a mind-blowing and rewarding creative endeavor. Started in the film industry, now running a gym, running classes, and training clients. 5 years, haven't looked back. It's like I don't even have a job anymore. Just a sweet place to hang out with like-minded people and help them feel better about themselves. Whitewater kayaking covers all three for me. I'm a certified instructor and teach the occasional class on the weekends. It definitely keeps me in shape, not just from the actual kayaking, but also the hikes to and from the river, which can be pretty brutal when carrying an extra 70 pounds. Last but not least, there is a lot of creativity possible on the river, from choosing your line through a rapid and using all the features available on the river to play. I repair electronics. Often the cost of a broken thing and the components to make it a not broken thing vastly undercut just buying a not broken thing. I cook, and then I eat what I cook. Shut up, round is a shape. I do role-playing games for creativity and paint minis for a different type of creativity. Failed at that, not much for hyper-marketing. Otherwise it'd be the same as 3. Also, never managed to find an audience that's not broke as I am. Most I've gotten was the occasional pizza money by selling a few 3D models. Don't have much energy. By the time done working with the regular day job, I'm typically done for the day. Getting older sucks. Can't find much that inspires me much in this area when I do have energy, and winter weather doesn't help. Making art on the computer, both 2D and 3D, and messing around on the internet. Since money and finding an audience isn't involved, I'm free to do whatever for my own entertainment. It seems to be the only thing I've got going, but it ain't much.